Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are going to work through my daughter's summer break album a little bit more. I hope before this one is already posted the first installment, which was working on the 4th of July layouts that I posted already on my Instagram. So these pages right here. So we are doing a snap album. If you recall, I have been printing tons of the photos already. I have been making a list of everything that they've done, and I ordered more product from Cherry on Top to complete the set. So I have like the brads, I have the 6x8, which is coming in handy, and then I also got the chipboard frames, which are over here and slightly through here. So we are going to be creating. We got to work on the cover. The cover, I am torn between this chipboard over the floral or the chipboard over the little quilted piece, because that looks really cute too. I'm kind of leaning towards the floral. And then I'm also need to choose if I want to do like this blue bow. It's kind of like a tie-dye bow with it. I also have this like red and white striped option. The red's a little bit brighter than what's used here, but that's okay. And I also have this piece of burlap that could work really lovely on it as well. And I do like the burlap, but at the same time, I don't like the burlap. And you know why always is because I have such a hard time working with craft. Which is why, hence, we're also covering up the cover, because it is like a craft board. Like I always like it, it's a neutral, I should embrace it, and that looks very lovely. But I think I'm leaning towards the blue. So we'll be probably putting the blue on with this, and working with some sort of title piece, you know. Hello, shine happy. So sweet, happiness, sunny happiness. Happiness today. Happiness today could work. So we'll get to creating. So what I also have, let me show you what we're working with so you can kind of see our game plan, and we'll see how much I get through. So I just have some of the cut apart pieces. So I have been printing all the photos. So I kind of love this here, and I'm auditioning. I've already kind of adhered this one because I had it smaller. You can see I had it smaller at first, and I was like, you know what, because of this one, I need to have a full page photo, and or I was going to put like some sort of, you know, scrapbook paper big on there. But you know me, and a good full page photo. And then on the opposite side of this, I either can put more photos, but I did want to do a lot of the journaling there. So, you know, we have this, then I have this pool photo ready to go. We'll do something here. I love this and this for this opening spread. See, I've just been printing. I made these photos from the bowling alley black and white because where are they? They were coming out because it's so orangey and red like this from the bowling, and I was like, ugh, that looks terrible. I need to do in black and white. So instead of doing the collage, I just printed my two favorite photos that they sent me and made them black and white. I went to Home Depot, so I just been printing all of these out. Then a few other pictures. I wanted to use this chipboard frame and then back it with something, or maybe we'll journal on the back. Then on here, this chipboard, they went to Key West, so we're gonna probably put some pattern paper at least on here, and maybe cut out letters that say Key West. And then they were here, so here's the southernmost point. So double page, not double page, but full page photos for both sides of it once again. I really like this chipboard, but it's too big to fit this way. Even if you punch holes in it, it like hangs out too much, so it has to go this way. So I needed horizontal photos for this, so I can stick it in, and then it'll be on this side as well. And then I have just a few other photos. I just did a lot of configuration of the 3x3, even though I like that one, so do a little half page just to change up the size. And I'm using this one for here. So you can see I just been printing photos. I just been trying to, okay, what did they do next? What photos do I have for it, you know? I did cut them into 2x3s for this paper. And then I love this one going on here. I feel like I want to do one of these little moments here. I love this paper. And more photos. I love this paper too. You know me and a good floral. And then I made a pocket from the last video. And now my daughter has flown to Texas, so that will be here. These are all like the airport pictures, so I can, you know, we'll do some sort of pattern paper once again, and then write, you know, going to Texas or something. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. And you can see more photos. I have these photos too. Like I just did incorporate everything, but you can see where we're at. So let's just start creating. Let's see what I can secure down and start doing, and come along with me. Okay, my friend, so this video is just to kind of show you the creative process I am having with this 6x8 snap album from Simple Stories. I wanted to do, I think in the first video, if you watched the first one, I explained I wanted to do this size because it's become my comfort zone, meaning that I'm very comfortable with full page layouts, with pocket pages, or just pocket pages that are in 3x4 or 4x6 configurations, meaning that I'm comfortable is because I'm able to sort of pre-plan it and not stress too much about too many different picture sizes. And even in this case, they did things per day, and it got me to see like all the photos. And if I had a certain amount of, you know, ones, I knew I needed to do either 3x4s to include them all, or if I only had a few of them, you know, a 4x6 would do it just right. So this is the process for me. Here right now I'm working on is the cover. So I am using score tape to kind of definitely adhere the chipboard frame to the pattern paper. I know I auditioned out one that looked like a quilt and one that was looking like a floral, and I do go with the floral one. But then past that, and I think I was leaning more at this point towards the blue ribbon, and at this point now doing the voiceover with working on this album a little bit more, it is with the blue ribbon, and it is with the floral paper as well. That did get adhered together, because I don't know if I showed you the end result on this video footage right here, but in order to be able to see that title, because I was struggling with the title, I was like, oh, because I love the floral so much and it's kind of busy, it's washing out the title. So to rectify this, I take out a piece of vellum, and actually I double vellum it up. So once I cut this one out, I do go back and add another layout, and that worked out perfectly. And I do end up using the foam thickers, and I make it say right here, it says Happy Sunshine. I thought that was a nice nod to being summer, because I did like Celebrate Summer. These were from the die cut pack, but I liked the dimensional elements from the foam thickers more for the cover, for it to be striking, and you know, Happy Sunshine definitely nods to summer, right? So then I am working on the rest of the days. Now what you're seeing now is me. I worked a little bit out of order, and I say this lightly because not all the time do I do this, but because I knew I wanted to use this particular paper, I was like, oh, I'm going to do, you know, this kind of collage so that I can include as many photos as I can, because I did join them at the water park. This was when they were still here in Florida before they went to Texas. And so I did a collage of all the kids coming down the slides at different times. And it's funny because, you know, the story behind it too, which will be in my journaling, is that the other kids, no problem, went down the slide as soon as we got there. Valentina, like, we were there maybe 3 hours. She did not want to do the slide for like 2 hours. She would just stand there and watch her cousins go. I would go with her to, you know, to go down them. She was of height. These were smaller slides. She just did not want to do it. She was uninterested until the last hour. And then she did it, and then she wanted to do it 22 more times. So it's always funny how she is definitely an observant kid and not a jump feet first into the pool kind of kid. She will hang back and watch others do it and make sure they don't get hurt, injured, or cry. And then she'll go and do it. She's hilarious. So then the back side is them in the car on the way up, and they're just so cute. I mean, obviously this whole album just going to be the four of them together at different points and different events, but they are just so cute in the car right now. So it was a 4x6 that I cut down to, I think it was like 2.5 inches, because it was just wasted negative space of just their shirts and hands, you know what I mean? And then I cut a little bit from the top window, and then I'm just kind of layering some of the pieces. I think this bingo card one was from the 4x6 cut apart. I really wasn't going to use it in any other form, and then I decided to add a doily, because there's doilies in this collection, but this is like an actual one that I have, a little stash of doilies from Dollar Tree, and it worked out good. And I think I layer up like a couple of the little embellishments, like a butterfly and something else. No journaling will be on this side of it, but I will include the journaling of the story I told you on the other side of it.
That way it can be on clear sticker paper and definitely work. Oh, I know what I do. I use one of the little like red trucks pulling all the flowers at the bottom, since they were in the car ride up to me at this point. And so, and then I so you'll start to see me cut and use up one of the chipboards. So one of the chipboards that holds a 3x4 pocket. And this is what I mean too about printing photos, because at first I printed the photo of me with my two nieces, well, my daughter and my niece, sorry, as a 4x6, and I was like, I'm going to make like a bigger page with it and show some of the product. But in the end, I reprinted it as a 3x4 so that I could put it into that chipboard's frame, and that worked out much better because I just wanted to use the frame. I think I used in total so far in this album like 4 of the frames. They're my favorite. This is why I added more product. And so some of this, like I say, wasted printing happened, but at the same time, I'm just probably going to use the 4x6 on a future 12x12 layout. Let's be honest. It won't go to, into the trash. It will get used in some project because it's still a good photo, and it's still worth documenting in another size. At least that's my motto, especially when I kind of double print something. For the chipboard, you can see me, I am using the score tape to make sure I have a good adhesion to the photo and to the paper. For this one, I definitely made it to pattern paper. That way the back side was also interesting enough already to also adorn a photo, which is also a 3x4. And we did kind of one of those selfie moments leaving the pool, or the water park at that point on this day. So as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm working on, these are earlier days in the month of July. My daughter has been with her grandma for the whole month of July. And now that sounds kind of long. And believe me, she's home now. We picked her up this Sunday, and now I'm just catching up on finishing this album for her, or for me, about the summer. And, she's just hanging out with me. And yes, she's 6. Yes, they're her family. And yes, she tells me I had more fun than anything that was bad there. She never had tantrums. I never got a bad report from her, from my mother-in-law. She was perfect. In fact, she was more well-behaved than the older ones, because she always would respond, at least the report goes, as soon as you say, Valentina, we need you, Valentina, come here. Yes, coming, yes, coming. You don't have to call for her 3 or 4 times, she said, like my other nieces and nephews. And it was just good to hear. So she was a really good kid while with her cousins. But her confession time has happened, and she was just like, Mommy, and she's like, I think it was just too long. Like, I missed you, and I missed Daddy, and I missed my dogs, and maybe, next vacation, it can be shorter, or I need you to come with me. And, rest my heart, you know what I mean? Like, and now I understand, like, we needed to have maybe, like, a code word. I've been seeing these memes about, like, a code word where if she just says, pretty please, like the pretty please part is their code word, like for her to, like, I'm done, like, come get me kind of thing. Or, a code word of pickles, and just kind of use it in a sentence, like, hey Mom, did you buy me pickles at the grocery store, and then I know that, she's kind of over being there, because remember, she's the only child, and now she went for a month straight of having 3 brothers and sisters, and being with my mother-in-law and stuff, and not having her normal routine. So I get it. But she had fun, and that's the thing, the pictures don't lie. She still had fun, and she told me that. She's like, Mom, no, I definitely had so much fun. She was like, it was just a little too long, and I missed you. And so, bless her little heart. She's 6 years old, and I'm still a very key point in her life. So here I am documenting their trip to the Keys. So I started off with the 2 big photos that I did show you, so they're full page photos, and then I'm just working with the pattern papers and the cutter part sheets and making all the rest of the cute photos work. By all means, they took a lot of pictures when they spent the weekend in Key West. Now, was I able to use all of them? No. But am I able to use most of them? Absolutely. And that's the most important part. So I'm cutting up that, I guess, the rest of the 3x4 cut apart sheet. And you can see that I'm just kind of making sure I fill in any holes. What's odd about this collection too that I'm noticing, just because I like to do my fair share of journaling, is that there's not enough cards with lines for journaling. Like the cut apart sheet is definitely all patterns and or sentiments. So I know I have some of the cards in spots that I know I will probably have to put white paper over and have my, journaling typed out, which is also very fine. So for this one, I loved this, like, You Are My Sunshine card. And then that yellow one that says Remember is actually a chipboard frame from an Allie Edwards kit. The yellow just worked well, so I made it count and made it into a flap. And there you go. So that way I can still use the decorative card and then also have the journaling underneath, which is always perfect to hide your journaling underneath a flip or a flap. Do that. I do that. I'm going to do that probably multiple times in this album too, just because the photos were so great, and the photos alone will tell the story, but I definitely want to put in the details, that my mother-in-law shared with me about, like I said, about the water slides, or they went to the Home Depot, as you can see here, and that we still continued. And Valentina, even so, coming August, that's 7 months, no, that's 8 months into the year, but we started in December, so we've done 9 months straight, and I'm just thankful that she still was able to go on vacation with Grandma, and that she took them. When they went also to Key West, she was obsessed. What did she get there? She tells me the stories about there was roosters everywhere, and that they actually sold pens adorned with like rooster feathers coming out of it, and how all the kids just wanted them because there were just so many roosters walking around on the streets and near the hotel, and she just loved the story. So those little bits of the vacation is my journaling. When they're in Texas right now, as I do those pages coming up in the next video, they went to NASA, they went to an aquarium, it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and then they had their a photo shoot where they all wore like straw cowboy hats, and it's just so cute. So this is video 2, my process. I don't think I have any like finished layouts, but I just wanted to show you that I work on it bit by bit, and my next video I'll definitely show you a flip through of what I've completed and take you along for the rest of the layouts.